What is your craziest real estate investing story?
Oh, this is a good one. I had an acquisitions agent of mine that went out. This is, gosh, probably 10 years ago. He's still here, by the way. And he went out to a house that was in really good shape. And the guy didn't want to do innovation. He wanted a quick close and he wanted more than our general offer model. And the acquisition, he came out, he's like, man, I think we should buy it. It's tight, but it's a really good house. It's on a golf course. I was like, all right, set up the appointment. Let's do 6:00 Thursday. He's all right, done. So, and it was out by where I would take my son to drop him off for football practice. And I helped out with coaching back then. And I'm like, hey, I got to drop my son off at practice about 10 of. I'll be there right at 6:00, set it up for that. He goes, okay, done. So I get to football practice. I'm dropping off my son. None of the other coaches are there. And there's 12 kids running around. So I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? So I wait and I call Joe. I say, hey, can you let whatever the guy's name was know that I might be a little bit late? It could be 30 minutes. I can't leave. There's 12 kids here that are under the age of 10 years old. I got to stay here until someone gets here. Literally like 3 minutes later, the coaches roll up and like, hey, sorry, we're late, blah, blah, blah. I drive my son off. I drive to the house. I park at the bottom of the driveway because he's got now that I think back on it, it's weird every time I tell the story, but he had like a 25-foot motorhome in the driveway that he lived in, and the house was vacant. It was all very kind of peculiar. But at the time, I was like, everybody we talked to's got a kind of a weird situation going on. By the way, I'm 5 minutes late, but 25 minutes earlier than what Joe called him and told him I would be, because I said I might be 30 minutes late. So I'm anticipating no big deal. He's standing up on the front porch like this. And I'm walking up the driveway and I start to cut across the grass. He comes down off the steps and standing on the sidewalk. And he goes, he's growling about something about pay me $1,000 for every minute you're late. I kind of laughed. And I said, hey, let's go inside and look at the house. I'm sure I can. And the guy punches me in my face.
Wow.
So like my instincts kicked in and I like shrugged it off. I stumbled back. There's fire in my eyes, and I charged at the guy, wrapped him up, drove him back into the building, and like in slow motion, his head like hit the thing, and and falls down to where he's like hunched over. And I was like, oh my God, I just killed him. And like, I didn't know is he going to kill? We're in a tricky business. Like the guy could have tried to shank me or rob. I didn't know what was going on. And so I backed up, I cussed at him, called the cops, went down to my car. They came, he denied it. None of the neighbors saw it. It's in a high density residential neighborhood at 4:00 or 5:00 in the afternoon, whatever time it was, broad daylight. And so I got punched in the face, didn't buy the house. And, but he did knock me down and I got the last crack in. So that's my story.